You asked me how to approach the girl at the gym, bro. I'm gonna start charging y'all for consultation calls to ask me about girls, man. How do you approach girls at the gym? You simply don't approach girls at the gym.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
Every time I see this guy, I just think you have no idea what it's like for the average man walking around. See, his reality is completely warped, and this is not hating. He has always lived his life as a select guy, winning the genetic lottery, bro. Probably popular, guys wanted to be his friend, girls obviously found him attractive. His life experience is warped, bro. He doesn't understand what it's like just being ignored, having to try. He doesn't understand, like, do you get what I'm saying? So he's not really the right person for the typical man out there to get advice from.
I'm just being real with you, bro. Don't approach no girl at the gym unless she giving you choosing signals.
What?
So this is the problem with a lot of this like red pill choosing signals advice. You know, it's advice applied and handed out to the entire population when it's really only applicable to a very small minority of men, aka the minority of men who consistently get choosing signals, and particularly they get choosing signals from the girls that they actually want to get them from.
I'm Tyrone.
There's three kinds of guys. The first kind of guy gets no choosing signals, and that is actually the majority of men. So if you follow his advice, what will end up happening is you'll end up waiting forever. You'll literally just, you know, kind of look around. Well, King68 told me to wait for choosing signals. Where the fuck are my choosing signals?
And that's true. That's so true. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, the majority of guys are average, and majority of average women don't want to date average men. This is the reality.
It's an evil world we live in.
So when King68 tells you lot, you gotta wait for choosing signals, you're gonna be waiting your whole life. Of course he's gonna say that because he's a guy that does get choosing signals.
They're never coming because very few guys have the base to get choosing signals. I'm not saying that if you don't get choosing signals now, that you can't get them in the future. Of course, improvements can be made. But what I'm saying is the whole mentality behind relying on choosing signals is only really effective to the privileged few who can rely on choosing signals, to the privileged few who actually get them consistently. And it's just not the reality for the majority of people. When you give dating advice, you have to be able to step outside your own perspective and see things from the average male's perspective.
Exactly. And I've said this for years. You need to be able to see the world outside yourself. Again, somebody like this, or any Chad or Tyrone, and he's giving dating advice. I mean, you guys listening to them guys are stupid, really.
And most guys are just not getting approached at the gym, at the clubs, when they're just walking out in the streets. It just doesn't happen to most guys. When was the last time you got choosing signals? And actually, let's take it one step further. When was the last time you got approached in a non-platonic way by a girl that you find attractive?
That's real talk. That's a real question, bro. Me personally, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but yeah, I do get choosing signals every now and again. Women do, you know, show me signs that they're interested. But somebody that, like this guy 68 the Great, who obviously stands out no matter where he goes, yeah, he's literally a model, right? He's wearing all the expensive jewelry, bust down chains and everything. He's gonna get choosing signals every single day of his life. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, bruh, I can't take what he says seriously.
A lot of you will probably say never. Some of you will say, oh, it happened once 3 fucking years ago. And some of you will say, oh, it happens pretty consistently. But I would argue the people who do say that are in the overwhelming minority, because most people don't get choosing signals. So yeah, back to my argument. There's 3 kinds of guys, right? The first kind gets no choosing signals at all. The second kind gets choosing signals occasionally, but only from girls that he doesn't find attractive. And then the third kind of guy is the very lucky guy who actually gets a ton of choosing signals, and from high quality girls that he finds attractive.
Yes, and that's a great point that this guy made. Like, the other factor is, are you getting the women that you actually like? That's a very big point. Because, yeah, you might be getting choosing signals, but all the choosing signals are coming from ducks. Nah, I mean, if that's what you're okay with, then you know you're gonna feel like you're winning. But you know, it's not really something to brag about if all your choosing signals are coming from people you're not attracted to.
The advice I would give you is actually to approach, to not wait for choosing signal. You don't have to sit there and get the girl's permission to approach her. There have been plenty of times where I've approached a girl. She didn't even look at me. There was no eye contact between us, no verbal exchanges, nothing, no choosing signals. I still went up and talked to her, and eventually I made something happen from it. So this...
And I agree. I've done the exact same thing, bro. You lot have seen me do approaching girls videos. The point of the matter is that if you're just sitting around waiting for some woman to come and basically stare at you and give you the come and get me, I think that's unrealistic. And as a man, you need to be the hunter. You have to be proactive. It's usually women that sit around and wait around for a guy to come and find them. King68, of course, he's gonna tell you to wait around and just wait for a woman to come and look at you because that's what his life is like. But for the vast majority of men, it's not like that. It's never going to be like that. And you need to be proactive. Now, obviously, when you are approaching women, you need to be very careful that you don't come across as a creep. You know, you need to be able to read the room. You need to be able to read social cues. And if it's time to walk away from the interaction, you need to know when. You need to know when somebody wants you to go away or if they're interested in the interaction.
If she's giving you choosing signals and she's making it obvious, right? If she's making it obvious, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Then you could approach, but don't cold approach.
Yeah, the problem is most women will never make it obvious. Like I've gotten a lot of DMs from guys who say, "Yeah, man, you know, I made eye contact with the girl at the gym. It seems that she's looking at me, but I can't really tell." Women don't make it obvious even when they do like you. So they only make...
I don't agree, my brother. Again, I'm talking from my own personal anecdotal experience, but like I've had many occasions where, you know, if I catch eyes with the girl carry on looking and smile, bro. Regardless of that, as a man, you have to be proactive. I'll give you an example, a story, yeah? When I was working security, and I remember I saw this blonde chick, right? End of the road. I was at the door. You know, I saw her. I liked what I saw in that. She looked at me and looked straight away. She did not even show me any kind of choosing signals or anything like that. She just blatantly looked away, bro. Like, I was just like, oh, man. Like, I wasn't happy because I was thinking, nah, she looks all right. I like her body, face, you know, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Cut the long story short, she happened to walk down the street towards me. And I basically stopped her and said, hello, like, what's your name, blah, 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 you know, the usual rap. And she was actually very receptive. And then, you know, fast forward, we ended up sleeping together and breaking her bed in her house. And that's just how it went, bro. Like, now, if I was taking King68thegreat's advice, oh, I've got to wait for choosing signals, I would never have had that experience. And sometimes you're not going to get no choosing signals. But that doesn't mean that you have to wait around. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities. I'm going to say that.
I'm a realist when it comes to dating, guys. I'm just going to tell you what works in the particular situation that you're in, right? So if you're not getting a ton of choosing signals, just approach.
Girls go to the gym to work out for the most part. Some girls go to the gym.
No, they don't, dude.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
God, I'm sorry, 6'8" doesn't know what he's talking about, bro. Listen, let me tell you one thing about a lot of these Chad and Tyrone guys. Because they've had such positive experiences with women, they start to accept a lot of the programming that these women will give them. Oh, I just go to the gym to work out. I don't want nobody to talk to me. Bro, no, bro. That's why they wear bright color fluorescent outfits in there. That's why they come in wearing the shortest shorts they can find and the smallest top they can find. And they'll make sure their hair is done and come to the gym. If you really came to the gym and you just came to work out, you wouldn't be wearing any flamboyant outfits. You'd be wearing practical workout clothes.
They go there, do a very light workout, record themselves doing it, and then leave the gym. That's really what most women do. But anyways,
if they got a full face of makeup on, they might be trying to like mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some girls go to the gym to mate, but bro, for the most part, girls are going to the gym to work out. So don't cold approach no girl at the gym. Nah,
this is just bad advice, bro. You should be cold approaching at the gym. A lot of guys worry about getting the cops called on them, and they have like these fear-mongering narratives in their head, like, dude, if I approach at the gym, she's gonna freak out. She's gonna report me to management, and then I'm gonna get kicked out. It's like,
And this is what I'm saying. You need to work on your social skills, get your social power game up. You need to be able to read the room. You got to be able to read social cues and quickly assess if somebody wants you to leave them alone. It's very important. That in that way you can avoid all of this being, accused of being a creep.
that literally only happens to sub 5s, by the way. So if you're a sub 5, my recommendation is Looksmaxx a little bit more. And even then, right, if you're a sub 5 and you have proper social coordination, you're not creepy, you're not weird, you come off as a completely chill and normal guy, the chances of her calling the fucking cops on you are extremely low, guys. Like, this whole narrative comes from social media. Oh, you saw this one video on Twitter of a guy getting, like, arrested because he approached a girl at the gym. That doesn't happen, dude. Go outside, man. Like, jeez.
Don't do that. Unless she's showing you choosing signals.
Yeah, this is just wrong. I'm gonna move to the next King68's advice is pretty much invalid.
But look at this shit though, gang. No, I already know you go crazy, man. Yeah.
Huh?
You got Instagram?
Oh, yeah, I do.
See that? Girl just taps him on the shoulder. Hey, you got Instagram? You know, he's just standing around. I know a lot of people are gonna cope and say, oh, it's because he has the cameras on him, or, you know, this shit's scripted. It might be, I don't fucking know, but I don't doubt that this actually happens. If you don't think that some guys have this as their reality, you're coping. This definitely happens. Whether it's the cameras or not doesn't change the fact that this is the reality he experiences. And my question to you is, do you really think a guy like this, following King68's advice, is going to get any kind of success?
It's pretty much a thing where if you're an average guy and you want to get dating advice, your best bet is to ask other average men who are successful with women, because you are in the same category or league as them. If you're going to Chad and Tyrone to get dating advice, he may say a couple of things that are correct, but it may not be applicable to you. that's the reality, bro. Like, and let's get the likes up, please. Everybody, like the video, man. Let's get the likes up.
My answer is fucking no. Obviously, if you look like this guy, and, you know, you're sitting there with your headphones and watching King68 telling you, hey, man, you just gotta wait for choosing signals, bruh. You just gotta wait for the choosing signals. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna wait for fucking choosing signals, man. And then he goes outside and stands there loitering in the club. My advice would be, Looksmaxx as much as fucking possible. Lose weight. And initiate the approaches.
I agree. Absolutely. He would need to Looksmaxx. Like, you need to get low body fat percentage. You need to, get yourself a little bit more athletic and muscular. You need to dress more stylishly as well. Because there's nothing really wrong with how he's dressed. But, if he's trying to attract women, like, he's going to have to tighten that up a little bit more.
Bro, I be taking your advice. I can't talk to girls. Like, the thing is, I don't know what to say when I go up to a girl. Like, if they come up to me, then it's chill,
Of course.
Because I know they like, they're interested.
Uh-huh.
But when I go up to them, then it's like...
Yeah, that's why I don't go up to women.
Silence, you fool!
Yeah, that's why I don't go up to women, bruv. This guy cannot give dating advice, bro. 6'8" should not give dating advice because he just makes himself sound stupid, bro. Like, and that's it. And all them with these people that, kiss his backside. Oh, yeah, you're hating on him. I don't give a crap. You lot are all stupid and delusional as well. Because you're not getting the same results he's getting. You're probably not getting the results I'm getting.
You can't make this up. A guy who is telling him, yo, when they come up to me, it's chill, but when I go up to them, it's not the best. And he goes, yeah, that's why I don't go up to them. Well, there's a reason that guy is going up to them. And it's because he likes what he sees and he wants to shoot a shot with them, right? It's natural. It's just part of being a man. You see what you like, you go and you approach. King68 has the privilege of seeing what he likes, but what he likes approaches him. That guy doesn't. So, of course, he has to approach. So when you say, nah, man, that's why I don't approach women, well, that guy's going to stop approaching women now, and he's going to get even worse results. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He's not going to approach women, so now his probability is going to drop even worse, bro. His opportunities are going to diminish. This is why you can't ask this guy for dating advice, bro. He's giving wrong advice. Don't approach women, bro. What are you talking about? Life is not fair. some people in this world have just hit the genetic lottery. They just hit it straight on the button, like bing, bing, bing. Like, bro, like, as I said, this guy was probably 6'5" in high school, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even that he's just tall. The guy, he does modeling. He's a model, bro. He's just got a lot of things going for him in terms of being able to attract women, bro. This is not someone you get dating advice from. It's just not.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Wait, you've never been?
If you look at my videos, you never see me chasing a woman. You always see it coming to me. You always see the girl coming.
Why? Why do they come to you? Please explain that to me. Is it your aura? Is it your energy? Do you have this particular magnetic personality that they can smell from a mile away? Or is it obviously your height? It's the fact that you're 6'8", you look like an NBA player. Obviously, women are going to come up to you. And listen, dude, I'm not being a hater, by the way.
No, you're not being a hater, bro. This is the thing. And I was getting this when I was doing reaction videos to King68. All these stupid people were coming, oh, stop hating on him. You hate him, bruh. You hate him, bruh. It's not hate. Calling a spade is not hate. It's just living in the real world. The guy walks around with a big bust-down chain around his neck with a huge K on it, yeah, and he's 6'8". He already stands out for being 6'8". Then he's wearing diamonds on his neck. Obviously, his experience is going to be different to the average guy walking. The average guy is 5'9", bro. This guy's nearly a whole foot taller than the average man walking around. The average man walking around is not walking around with a bust-down chain on their neck as well. And the average man is definitely not doing any kind of modeling.
More power to you. That's great. You know, enjoy your success. I'm just saying the general advice that you're giving out to people is not applicable to the majority of people. It's just not.
A woman that has high interest in you values you the most. She sees that the king in you. You feel me?
I feel like there's a common pattern here with King68's dating advice, which is that he's expressing, or he's addressing rather, the symptom, but not the cause. So he says only entertain women that express high interest. The problem is a lot of guys don't get girls, especially girls that they actually like, expressing high interest.
Facts.
So what ends up happening is they're not entertaining any women, right? Because they're sat there waiting for the high interest girl to potentially come, let alone the fact that a lot of guys don't even go outside these days. So they're not even getting enough exposure to potentially meet a high interest woman.
Most women that are attractive, they are not going to show choosing signals, especially to a guy they perceive to be average, right? And you got to remember, a lot of these women have countless options. They have multiple men trying to get their attention. So, you know, if you're an average guy, I mean, and you get there, I don't know, you start talking to a chick that you like, you got to understand there's other guys that are trying to get her attention as well.
If you entertain women that only express high interest, your game is going to be bad because you're not really in the trenches. You know, you're not going through the shit tests. You're not seeing the different kinds of women. You're only seeing a particular kind of woman. And you have to remember that high interest isn't always stagnant. Her interest could drop, and then it'll have you confused, and you're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
What the F happened is that some other guy she perceives to be of a higher value has come around, and now she's put her interest into him. That's what's happened, fam. That's what happened, fam.
In the first week, and now she doesn't even text back, right? So I would say that this is decent advice, but if you really want to improve your game, and you really want to, like, sharpen up and get the girls you want, you have to approach
Attracting women that show high interest, that means you shouldn't even be dating, Kings. You feel me? Don't even date. Work on, go to the gym, work on yourself.
This is very true. If you're not getting interest from the girls you want to get interest from, then Looksmaxxing should be your main priority. But ultimately, the longer time you spend with her, the more your game starts to matter. The more your social skills start to matter. And in fact, I would argue that your social skills, your charisma, the way you carry yourself, can compensate to a very large degree for a lack of looks.